health fountain. But now that Archmage is now back out, these two heroes will be forced to run away, but not after having done a hefty bit of damage, more than 100 experience I think, just from on that Naga, just from this harassment. And obviously he got a bit of experience from that Archmage kill as well, thinking about it. But I think apart from that, that's the only source of experience he's had, so really you can see how much damage he's done. And this Archmage, you can see he's just taking him quite a pounding just from these two heroes, just because the Naga is so good at slowing, and then things like Water Elementals and Archmages and just two ranged heroes in general can do a whole lot of damage, and especially to a intelligence hero like the Archmage. And looks like we are seeing first Arcane Sanctum is up, first Sork is coming out, and RohJinWook doesn't really have any sort of response to that at the moment. Look, he's putting up an Arcane Sanctum of his own, but he doesn't have an Arcane Vault, so he won't be able to go for Breakers immediately. He'll have to go for Priests and then Dispel if he wants to get rid of that slow, and you really do want to get rid of that slow. But RohJinWook, taking a lot of damage on this Archmage, is being forced to run it back, but just being slowed anytime he goes to go back, attempts a surround there on the Naga, but doesn't get it, and it looks like RohJinWook's going to give up, because he knew that he would get a lot of focus there on his Archmage. And he is just running about. I think he's going to try and get to a Healing Fountain, but a Mountain King out second for RohJinWook. I really like this choice. I really love the Mountain King second in Human Mirrors. I know lots of people are really fond of the Panda because of its good early game harass, but just in the late game, the Mountain King really holds its own so well. And are we going to see a bolt here from RohJinWook just to burn sort of that early mana? Because he would regenerate it so quickly. No, it doesn't look like it. And meanwhile, his creeps are coming in. There's the bolt there. Maybe that's why he didn't use it. And that Naga going straight down. RohJinWook very nicely hit that Mountain King right in the back of his army, and just completely took that Naga by surprise. Really nothing Yumiko could do about it, and this is really the problem with going Naga. You get all that nice early harassment that we saw, but then you really have to pay the price later on. And first Priest now out for Yumiko as well, and RohJinWook just gonna take this down so quickly with his Water Elementals, and obviously no Dispel on these Priests yet. And RohJinWook, not enough mana for another bolt quite yet. He should bring his Archmage close with you, unless he's going to go shopping. Does he have an Arcane Vault? Oh, no Arcane Vault. I'm not sure where his Archmage is going. Oh, but the Archmage is now turned around actually. Maybe he's going to buy a Scroll of Healing or a Invuln Pot. That would probably be a good idea. Or maybe he's just going to creep. You should probably summon a Water Elemental if he's going to creep. Yeah, there it goes there. And maybe he's just waiting for the Ensnare on the Footman perhaps before he brought out that Water Elemental. And RohJinWook, I think, should probably be healing up his Archmage and letting his Mountain King solo creep, because if he can get Mountain King 3, that'd be really nice. The Naga is only level 1, so it is back out, and has about a healing potion as well. Very nice counter to that Mountain King, and a bolt immediately going off. RohJinWook going for a surround. Does he get it? He looks like he almost had it, but the Water Mantle of Yumiko did hold it, and meanwhile RohJinWook taking a lot of damage on his Archmage, being forced to burn a TP, or burn a Invuln Pot, and probably a TP as well. Buys a Tome of Retraining. What's he doing? Then buys Invisibility? Doesn't buy the Dust though. I'm not sure what he's doing, unless he bought it and then sold it. He must have bought it and then sold it really quickly and didn't notice. But it looks like Yumiko knows exactly what's going on here, and RohJinWook looks like he's trying to just come in and do a bit of harassment here. I beg your pardon, but RohJinWook just hiding at the back of his base here. They're hiding at the back of the shop, and just really, I'm not sure what his plan is. He does buy a TP, and he will be forced to use that, but I'm not sure if he's waiting for Dust to be bought or something, just so Yumiko wastes the money. But it looks like RohJinWook coming back in here, going to try and fight his way out, and Revealed finally being used from that Arcane Tower, and RohJinWook taking a lot of damage on his Archmage, but it does TP out with 60 hit points remaining, and RohJinWook's attempt to kill the Archmage don't prevail, and Yumiko does pretty well with that exchange. And still a lot of tier 1, but so many priests here for Yumiko, and they're adept trained, so you can really do a lot there, just taking out those Water Elementals really quickly, and then you obviously have the extra mana for healing. And what we really need to see now from Yumiko is lots of Breakers to complement those priests. He has so many priests, he doesn't need any more, but Breakers would be really nice as a bit of a meat shield. And meanwhile, first time really, Yumiko going for a harassment. I'm not sure, didn't RohJinWook buy a Tome of Retraining? But look, he has the same skills. That was a really odd choice by him if he's done that. Unless, was he perhaps buying the Tome of Retraining to stop Yumiko from using Blizzard on the invisible Archmage? That'd be a really, really odd choice to do, to buy it and then use it as well, but then use it for no effect. You could just bought it and sold it, couldn't you? Really odd play there by RohJinWook. I'm pretty sure he bought a Tome of Retraining. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was really odd play. But I'm sure, as with everything, I'm sure RohJinWook knows what he's doing because he's just such a fantastic player. And meanwhile, Yumiko looks like he's going to come in here for Creepjack. Bloodlusted Priest in the back, going to be coming in just for support. And more importantly, Bloodlusted Archmage, level 5 Bloodlusted Archmage, no less. Just going to be doing so much damage. Those are level 3 Water Elementals, just destroy Priests. And you really need to get Dispel so quick. And RohJinWook does have it, but I don't think he has enough priests just to actually be effective with it. He needs a couple more, and you need to use them all at once. And you can see RohJinWook getting 2 more priests at the moment, and calling Militia, because I think he knows it's an important fight. But actually, Yumiko decides to back off, because he doesn't want to fight against the Militia with only 2 breakers. And Yumiko, sticking with his current strategy, he's going to bank a 50 food throw off by the looks of things, and RohJinWook probably will bank when he gets there, but he's only at 42 food and not really enough gold to get up there anytime soon. And we know Yumiko caught in a really bad Creepjack here. Looks like he, because of some smart pulling, he will be able to get those creeps, or allow those creeps to go back and not be caught in the middle or anything, but still losing 1 footman pretty quickly on. And but RohJinWook's Mountain King taking a lot of damage, and Archmage levels up now to level 5 and does have enough mana to bring up another Water Elemental when the cooldown runs out. And Yumiko actually has a lot of breakers and doing a lot of damage to that Mountain King. That Mountain King down to 60 hit points, down to 50 hit points, and does get healed up by the priest and does manage to get away. And he will need to go and stay here, heal up for a bit, and hope that Yumiko doesn't harass immediately. And actually a very nice surround there. Will be one nice Spellbreaker kill for Yumiko, but Militia being brought in, and this is really not something Yumiko wants to fight against, because obviously Militia doing extra damage to break it. It looks like Yumiko actually sticking around and almost losing his Naga there, but now the focus is now going on that Mountain King. Mountain King will need to run away, but probably going to stick around to try and get another bolt. That Naga sticked around a bit too long, but looks like he actually will manage to get away with just 17 hit points. Some very, very nice play there by Yumiko. Really cutting it close to the line, but getting the most out of that Naga. And that Mountain King, I think, buying a healing potion just to stay alive, and actually has been past the boot, and that's really a smart choice as well. But RohJinWook taking a lot of damage here, but Yumiko knows that Mountain King was coming back, and knew that this wasn't a fight that was going to start to go better for him, so decided to get out of there. But that Naga just healing up here, and obviously not aggroing that red Drake, which is very nice, because it means you can heal up without just being damaged at almost the rate that you heal. And it looks like Yumiko's going to move straight back out. Such an action-packed game so far, folks. I'm really enjoying this. I have to admit, it'll probably just be me that enjoyed it, but that sneaky little move at the healing fountain by RohJinWook was sort of my favourite move of the game so far. Even if it wasn't particularly fruitful, it was still pretty fun to watch, and I'm mystified by that choice of buying the Tome of Retraining. But a Cloak of Flames now for the level 3 Mountain King, and not a brilliant item. He does sell it actually, that's probably for the best. Instead buys a healing potion. That's pretty useful considering all the focusing power that we are seeing from Yumiko at this point, and Yumiko would probably be wise to buy a healing potion for his Naga if he has it. Yeah, there it is. Actually getting an invulnerability potion, that's almost as good. And looks like RohJinWook's reluctant to fight between those creeps, and revealed going off there. RohJinWook knows he's revealed, decides to push in quickly rather than have his position worsen. And RohJinWook taking a lot of focus on his Mountain King, which did sort of storm in there, and RohJinWook knows bad positioning when he sees it, and will be getting out of there fairly quickish. And he actually stops for a bolt there, bolts that Naga just to stop him from slowing down the Mountain King. So he will be able to regenerate that mana pretty quickly, but at the same time the Naga will regenerate health very quickly because of those priests. Although actually there's not too many priests in Yumiko's army, only 3. And actually, he must have stolen Inner Fire. Sorry, I thought for a minute he had gone to tier 3 and got Inner Fire, which would have been pretty odd, to be honest, for this army composition. But looks like he hasn't. He's just stalled with his breakers. And Mountain King now actually has a healing potion and an invulnerability potion and those boots. I think I might have stopped mid-sentence when I was talking about boots before. Very nice focus actually on their Stark, and I stopped mid-sentence there again. Boots are so useful in the Mountain King because it gets your Mountain King into the useful positions where it gets you where you need to bolt. It really helps for chasing down heroes, which obviously with the Mountain King is much more important than an Archmage, and so it's very wise just to pass off your boots to something it applies also to pandas and things like that. Just any hero where you're gonna be wanting to get very good positioning, it's often best. Oh, what a surround! What an amazing surround there. Bolt being used to clear that surround, but actually in another surround there on that Mountain King being forced to use his invulnerability potion. But such nice play here by Yumiko. He's really been impressing me. And another bolt being used to clear that surround. And unfortunately that means that RohJinWook hasn't been able to do the damage he wants because he's just been forced to take out sort of low priority but surrounding units. And so Yumiko doing a fair bit of damage and also bringing in some militia as well. Let's take a quick look. He is at 55 food, whereas RohJinWook is at 48. So the longer we stay like this, the better it'll go for RohJinWook, but it's not been going brilliantly for him so far. What's been aggroing? Looks like Yumiko's going to try and creep out these creeps, hope for a slightly better item and that RohJinWook got, but RohJinWook has these